Hello all, welcome back to this YouTube channel and I hope you all are doing good. And if you are new to this channel, you can check it out my channel. You can find a lot of good stuff as a TCSer, what you want to do during Elevate Wins. I have already kept a playlist for that. If you go inside that, you can see T4 track wins assessment I have uploaded and also a lot of stuff here. You can recommend to your friends who are writing in QT or else who are preparing for IPA, or else if he is in ILP, he should do some mandatory courses. I have uploaded all those things here, and in this video we are going to discuss an interesting topic about a TCS interview preparation. So let us dive into this video. See here, most of the people are now uh, waiting to write IPA exam, and in the meanwhile I got some DMs and also comments that they got interview for upgrading from Ninja to digital and Prime as well. So I thought of doing uh, this video to give some insights about that. So based on that comments and DMs, I am doing this. After this video, I might upload Java, same Java 35 marks coding question with some different logic question. So let us dive into this video. And here I will be explaining in the manner like if I explain to someone, my friend, if someone asked me what is that about and all, in the same way I will be explaining here. Let us see. See, I have mentioned few points here. Based on these points, we are going to discuss here. First point is that keep the keep basics strong. Here what happens, when you enter into this TCS interview, right, there will be a panel members there where listen carefully, where some technical person will be there, manager person will be there, and HR person will be there. Once the technical person starts asking questions, right, those manager and HR also will be listening those answers which you give, so that one thing is that your basics always should be strong. They might ask in this way like what are your favorite subjects, even if you are from ECE or IT or CSC or mechanical, you might have some different subjects, right, where you have some knowledge on those subjects, right. They might ask those questions. If you fail to give those your subject answers right, then they will get some impression like there is some bad impression, right. So that I always tell people like to keep their basics always strong, that they should like the person who is preparing for interview, right, he should go into every dimension of aspects like what they will ask and all. This is the first point which I wanted to tell you, and going deeper we'll discuss each and every point very neatly, and what is what. And if you see next point, know each and every line what you mentioned in the resume. This is the main point which you should focus on. See, most of them will be doing, they will fill the resume with everything what they know, right. That is best actually, but what I recommend, you should mention the things only which you know much. Like, if I tell you an example, if you mention some Python or something else, if they ask whatever the question on Python, you should be able to answer those. So that kind of stuff only you should mention in your resume, not everything which you did, which you know off of, which you know some only basics and all. You should not do that. You should mention only those things which you know very well, because whoever the interviewer is there, right, he will be focusing on only that resume is the main point for them to ask questions. From there, from one question, it goes deeper into deeper questions. If you tell something like a question, if you give answer for some question, right, then he'll go inside that like what is that, what is this, so that you should be too cautious on resume actually. And next point is that projects which you mention in the resume are very important, really guys. If you mention some project which you did, right, in that project you should know each and every line of that code, you know that, because each and every line is very important. If you have taken project from somewhere else, or your friend did that project and you are mentioning that project in your resume, right, that then also you should know what is that project, how did you do that project, because these projects which you mention in resume is related to each and every point under this. You don't know, after finishing the interview you will find this, which I am telling is very important, because project, they will ask the like different questions on these projects only. Why, you know, because in this software industry as well, all the people will be doing projects, right? So they wanted to know how you did those projects, like your projects, which will help them to analysis how you are doing, how you will behave and all. So what I tell you, know, be like you know what is the core point of your project which you did. And if there will be another case, like they might ask you to share your screen, and also they might tell you to show your code. If this happens, right, you will definitely get stuck, you know. So that what I recommend, you know, to know each and every line of your code which you have taken or you have wrote that. Okay, this is very important. I don't think like most of the videos from internet will not get this information. So another question is project related question, that you did some project, right? Once they debug your code, or else if they ask something like on what based you did this project, and you will mention like I using React, I did using Node, I used MongoDB, right? If you use some data analysis tools, if you use the Power BI or Tableau, if you tell this question, right, the next question comes like what is a parent tool for Tableau, like that. They go beyond that, because this interview is from upgrading from Ninja to digital and prime, right? They definitely think like they definitely need those candidates who know most of the technologies, and who know best technologies in this software world. So they focus on the students, like associates who are well in these things, so that they will definitely ask these kind of questions. If you tell that you use React, right, then they will ask what is React and how it is related to JavaScript, and what is Node, why did you use Node rather than Java or Python. These questions comes, guys. So that what I tell you, know, to know project related, they will ask more about project related questions. Okay, after this, about digital technologies. Here most of them don't know what is digital technologies, so that they also mention like uh, Ninja, digital prime, right? In TCS, what digital means, you know, they will be in TCS, digital means like cloud computing, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and React, web development tools. These are digital technologies. If you know one of these technologies, you can definitely mention these. But also, not only knowing, you should also able to answer them. They will, if you answer, they will ask you like, "Oh, do you know any digital technologies like these cloud computing and all?" If you mention them, right, they will definitely ask questions on these also. Okay, you should be too cautious while giving these technologies to them, because they definitely know these technologies. Those people who will interview you, right, they are most they are more senior, and they know like every loophole in those technologies and all. Loophole in the sense, they know each and edge points, like endpoints, edge points and all. So that they might ask these questions, because they need those kind of associates who can learn faster. So they'll think in the way that if you know some digital technology, cloud computing, they can easily take you into, and they will train you with some basic some for 2 3 weeks, and they will take into your projects, right? So that they will think in that way. So be cautious when you are giving the digital technologies. Most probably most of them will know at least the web development and all. They can mention and they can showcase their projects to them, and they can tell what they used and all. Definitely this question comes up. And also I got a one DM about DSA, data structure algorithms. See, DSA is important for any interview. But for most of the MNCs, they'll not focus on DSA. But if our time is bad, they'll definitely ask DSA as well. Because see, each and every question which they ask, right, will be common for all interviewers who takes interview, right? But DSA and these questions will be very particular with interviewer. But this depends upon interviewer who will ask you question. If you mention some Java with use DSA, and they might ask some basic questions. What is linked list? How do you create and all? But I don't think they will ask you to hard code, like code and show them. But know what is what. That I can tell you. So DSA, it is data structure and algorithms. It will be dependent upon interviewer. But this time prime came, right. Might be some cases like they might ask what is DSA, and if they ask to show to create one linked list to add one node to that, and it might happen for Ninja. Okay, it is okay to know the basics, right? So there will be no harm or nothing, right? At least we will know, so that it will be helpful for another interviews as well, right? And this is the important thing, guys. Questions which you wrote in NQT. I don't know if anyone told to you this, but I am mentioning, so that I said like I will explain in the way like which I explained to my friends, right? So questions which you wrote in NQT. See, this is the worst case, like if interviewer asked because see, the question which you answered in the NQT, right? I am speaking about coding question, guys. This is coding question, not aptitude and all. This is coding. I'm very bad at writing. Sorry. Ignore this. I'll erase this. I am speaking about the coding, guys, here. Okay. The coding question which you wrote in NQT, they know which you wrote. Sometimes they will have a question and answer, the question which they gave and answer the logic which you wrote, so that they might ask you like if you forget what you wrote, right? It will be very bad if they ask what question you got in your NQT coding question, because this is digital and prime, guys. Because you are upgrading from this to that, right? You should be too cautious. They'll ask these kind of digital question itself, because they need those kind of guys. You should not forget what question you wrote. And also logic, they'll ask you in this way. I'll tell you an example. If they ask you got some question like finding, I'll tell you, like finding a maximum number in the given array. This might be the question, and you wrote some logic like using Python match, right? Array match which gives a maximum number, like maximum in the sense which is the biggest number in the given array. And if you tell some different logic in the interview, and this might cause some issue, not a issue, like you should also remember what you wrote. And they might ask for the same question to write some different logic, right? So no use the diet method, but they'll ask you to write logic for that. See, this case also comes there, right? So be cautious, like knowing what you wrote and what is not. Regarding these questions, coding questions which you wrote in NQT, which you wrote in NQT exam, because this upgrading interview is based on NQT itself, right? So be cautious. Now I am explaining these things, right? Explaining these things, right? This is for both digital and prime as well. There will be not much difference between both, right? See, these all questions will be based on interviewer itself. Sometimes if our luck is good and all, the interviewer will ask very basic questions. But here it will not be basic, like good questions, like they will not bother you to do to explain or something. And another thing is scenario based questions are very important. Scenario based questions are very important. Why? Because if you are working in some project and you got some issue, how did you solve that issue, and what was your team leads like what role you were there in that project, as a team member or as a team lead. And if you tell as you worked as a team lead, and they will ask some different scenario based questions. And what like questions will be like, what if you what if someone is not doing that work, and what do you do? Will you complain to your manager? And these kind of questions will come here. And also next after a technical person asked some technical questions based on project and these that. And if we dig into deep, right? What digital technologies, and if you used some machine learning projects, what algorithm you used and how it works and all. And if they can ask what is your interesting subject, and if you are from ECE, why are you coming to the software industry, and these kind of questions also might come. And if next manager will be there, right? Manager, that is called a managerial round. In that round, there itself it happens manager around there, he will also ask some technical questions and some non-technical questions. Those might be some scenario based questions, and if you answer those, he will pass on to HR. And HR questions, right? HR questions most probably will be on like uh, were you willing to reallocate from here, and where will you be within a 5 years, and these kind of questions will be there. And why did you choose this company, and what do you know about company. And this question I forgot to mention, no, so whatever company you go, right, for interview, know about that company, at least like some points about that company, because any one of them can ask. Because at least doesn't knowing about the company, we can't give any interview, right? So that be cautious. uh, know about that particular company. I'm not only telling about TCS. If you go for another company as well for interview, right, know about that company. I did not mention here. Mm, okay, that's okay. If I have chance to mention, I think no. Okay, then keep it in mind. And these are points. Here I am not mentioning any subject or where you should learn from, because in this digital world you can find every point from anywhere. If you need some interview questions, you can go to lot of websites are there. So I am not mentioning anything, because if I mention some subjects here, it will be too too particular for some branch. So that I am not mentioning. So I am giving you overview so that you might get some insights, right? So I am helping you to do that. And also I thought of telling my experience of my TCS interview, but it is running out of time. So I will plan to do in my next video. If you need my TCS experience video, please comment under this video. So I'll plan either to do Java for IPA Java coding question, 35 marks coding question, with some different questions and some different logic, or else I'll try to do my TCS experience. If it helps for you, you can comment it down what you need, and let's do on that. And if you like this video, please do share, subscribe, and share with your friends. Don't forget to share with your friends, so that we can build a community, so everyone will be in the same place who has questions. So in these days I'm getting questions from DMs, so that I made this video particularly. So they have interview in the coming week or coming couple of weeks. So prepare prepare properly and give your interview. I need you people to crack that interviews, and focus on these points more. And that's all, guys. Let us meet in our next video. Until then, bye.